Anyway, we're live in San Antonio. I turned the mic on. One moment, what can I say? Anyway, today we're going to talk about storms, and amazingly enough, there's 2 other storms fixing to hit the United States. Brace yourself, people. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Although, we'll see. Have enough damage down along the coast of Texas. You are listening in Florida, in any part of Florida, from the Keys all the way up. Do me a favor. Get out of there. You're in danger. It's supposed to make a landfall as a Category 5 hurricane, which is more than 200-mile-an-hour winds sustained. It's going to dump a tremendous amount of water. If you're in any part of Florida, take my word for it, get out of there if you can. You're in danger, okay? If you're in a mobile home, get out. Even worse yet, to be in a mobile home. Try to get to higher ground. Try and get someplace else. Of course, our prayers and our hearts are with you, Florida, and we do hope all is well and safe. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Mexico and the people they're sending over to help us clean up our disaster on the coast. Port Aransas, Corpus Christi, Houston, and all them. We talked about this a couple nights ago. It bears repeating. But if you are out there listening, if you do hear this, even in the rain, don't chance going through puddles or standing water. They are deeper than they look. Just turn around and go another way. It's not worth it. Because they can cite you for a high water rescue. They can bill you for it. Take my word for it, they can. I don't know, each state is different. Just be safe out there, people. And please don't do like they did in Houston, start looting and stealing stuff. That's not going to help. I realize times are hard. And I realize there's a gas shortage. But please, we don't have to beat each other up for it. It will get better in time. But we got to be patient, people. Things are going bad. Now, everybody is scared, so everybody's running and cleaning off store shelves and everything else they can find. But whoever is gouging out there, these businesses or people, shame on you people. What are you thinking? You're taking advantage of a serious situation. That extra money is not gonna stop the hurricane from hitting. It's not gonna stop anything. Trust me. The gouging, don't do it. I've heard about it. I don't like to think that wasn't happening. But there are businesses out there that do it. And if that's you, shame on you. Somebody should turn you in. If I knew what businesses you were, I'd turn you in. But luckily, I don't know. So if anybody's listening out there and you're listening to this broadcast, hey, somebody's out there gouging. I heard about it. If it makes local news here in San Antonio, believe me, everybody knows about it. Let's not do that. We gotta find a better way to act, people. Come on now. Yes, times are hard. You're right. Cry me a river, people. I know it because I'm living in the same times y'all are. And so do my friends, so do my family. We all know. We're all well aware of it. You're not the only ones trying to survive. You're not the only ones that live paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, we can't help Mother Nature. But fighting against ourselves and businesses gouging and people taking advantage and stealing and doing all that stuff, that's not going to help. That's not going to help. Our resources are limited now. Red Cross and FEMA are spread thin as it is. We are going to have to go to Florida next, guaranteed. You guys will need help, and we'll be there. They'll be there as soon as they can. There's a lot going on, people. I've been asking questions. I've gotten no response. I'm just wondering if did a cat get your tongue or something? Don't you have an opinion? I'm just curious there. I am still curious as to why this is a good idea. Nobody can answer for Mother Nature, but she's mad, I guess. And it's funny, my friend was pointing out all these name storms are usually women. I wonder why that is. Maybe there's just too much male testosterone going through the states. I guess. I'm not sure. Whatever the case may be. And I'm sure you guys will give me a low poor listening rating and all that other stuff, which is fine. That is absolutely your choice. Again. But I'm not your enemy here. I've tried to leave this podcast open to anybody. Nobody wants to join. Well, again, I'm sorry you feel that way. But I would like to get a conversation going with you, but I don't know how to do it. I mean, I've tried being blunt, you don't like that. I talked about the first responders and the volunteers. You guys seem to like that. But, again, they do deserve a lot of things and our appreciation. But going out looting and fighting and carrying on, it's not going to help. There's a lot of great people out there that will come together in disasters, like hurricanes, floods, earthquakes. These people are great in those. I don't understand that. But you can't come together, you vote, put somebody in office, and you have no say whatsoever, even though he has the poorest rating ever in any sitting president. It's amazing how low his rating is, and nobody seems to want to talk about that. People aren't happy with his job. Okay, makes sense. Nobody's ever happy with the president all the time. Shoot. Even Obama wasn't that famous. He had an okay rating, it's still low. But Trump, he breaks a whole new record. I think. I don't know. Obama didn't have very many favorites either. But he wasn't that low. I don't recall either Bush having that low rating either, or Clinton. Of course, well, Clinton was too busy in the Oval Office. That's another story entirely. We won't say what Clinton was doing. Of course, according to Monica Lewinsky, well, that's another story. She had her own vision and ideas of what was going on there. Is it true? Who knows? We'll never know. Really, we won't. My main thought is, get ready, people. Florida is going to need our help. You guys are so awesome in disasters and want to donate and do all these wonderful things. And Trump even has somewhat of a heart. He's donated to disaster relief too, out of his own money. Contrary to popular belief, he gets paid for being the president, so I'd like to know how he deciphers between the two. Anybody like to answer that? Because I don't get it. I'm sure he has his own account, but he does get paid for being the president. I know what he said in the beginning of his campaign, and when he got elected and got sworn into office. I wasn't born yesterday, I don't believe it. He's too much of a money-hungry, stingy, self-centered person to give up anything. Okay? That's why all of his businesses were transferred to his kids. Come on. It's even funnier that, he refuses to show his taxes, too. I hope you're listening, Trump. Anybody listening out there, go ahead and tell him. I have no problem with it. He's still a loser. Although he does have a human side. He did come to Texas immediately when our hurricane happened. He did seem very great. He was very sincere in the way he talked. He even thanked some of his staff members for coming. He thanked our first responders, FEMA, Red Cross, all of them. And although it's very human of him, and he seemed very sincere and legit, I just wonder why. Of course, he still got the lowest rating of any sitting president. Again, I don't understand that either. I don't see what ratings have to do with anything. Most politicians lie to get into office. Trump's not a politician. He never should be. He should have been a different kind of businessman. Hey, you know what they say. You want to be a lawyer? You go to school to put lawyer stuff in. Want to be a doctor? What do? You go study at school. You put doctor stuff in. Hey, guess what? You want to be in politics? You don't have to put nothing in. You just got to be able to talk a good line of crap. Or just make it up as you go. Either way, that's how you get to be president. That's how you get... It works. Trump is never a politician. And if he was, I'd be glad to hear about it. I asked that question reluctantly. Part of me wants to know, the other part of me is afraid to know. But either way, whatever the case may be, people, we can't get together on anything else. Get together with me and let's fix these things after these storms. You guys are great in disasters. We've raised well over $1 million here just in Texas for disaster relief. I suppose we could do it again for Florida, and I'm sure we will. And I'm sure Trump will be just as sincere and as fake as he was. I mean, just as caring as he was here. I know. I'm going to get a low rating for the show. Oh well. I'm used to it. No big deal. Be easier if you guys would join in and throw out your opinion, but hey, okay, fine. You don't have to. It's not required. But this isn't a third world country. You have the right to free speech. And you're welcome to talk to me if you want. I have no problem with it. Unless you're just calling me to be mean, then I might. But, it's okay. I don't mind. I guarantee I've been talked to in many ways. My ears have yet to bleed. Hey. Whatever it is, people, I'd certainly like to hear it. What are you thinking about? Are you in Florida? Where are you at? I'd like to know who else is listening out there. You guys don't want to talk about anything else? Why don't you tell me who else is listening? I know there are a few states listening. I know this expands out. I know YouTube gets it. Facebook gets it. I don't know. Anybody else out there? I know iHeartRadio listeners get it. It's on iHeartRadio and they're all over. Just out of pure curiosity. You can catch it here at Speaker Studio too, but again, it all depends. People listen to it all over. Different time zones, who knows? All I know is this weekend that hurricane's going to make landfall in Florida. Please, people, take heed to their warnings. They've already got the National Weather Service already has hurricane watch.